more about Vladimir Putin than most of all of us. Were you surprised that he actually invaded a sovereign neighboring country? And what can you tell us about him?
Well, I'd be glad to tell you a lot about him if I can, and I'm not really surprised because of the intelligence that we have been gathering for quite some time. And also, let's just go back to 1991 was the collapse of the Soviet Union. In 2005, Vladimir Putin gave a speech where he said the collapse of the USSR is the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the century. Well, for who? Maybe for him personally, but not for most of the people in the world. In 1994, that's when the Budapest Memorandum went in, and this was the UK and the Russian Federation and Ukraine, and that said that the nukes were coming out of what was Ukraine, and that Russia would respect an independent Ukraine and respect their sovereignty. This is not what his mindset is. I believe he has something that we might call hubris syndrome. People can look that up, but basically it's someone who's narcissistic, and in his case as a leader has more of the interest of himself over his own nation. He carries a lot of contempt, and it usually affects their judgment. And I think at this point he feels no personal risk, but he sees a lot of personal gain. Well, what we have heard, and fortunate to hear, I guess, is that the morale, especially of the Russian troops, is really not great. They wonder why they're there. They're crying. They're calling their mothers. And I think that it'll be even more so as the Belarusians get involved. But the Ukrainians know why they're fighting. They know exactly why they're fighting. And so they are very strong in their will, but they do need help. And it's good to see that NATO and other countries are united in this. What we need to do is attack them where their money is with SWIFT, and put in place no-fly zones. And this is what the Ukrainians are telling us. They look forward to when the Russians are going to see that they have some empty refrigerators, and it's a problem for them. They stopped an attack on the dam that was north of the city. They want javelins, stingers, patriots, tomahawks, and an embargo on Russian oil and gas. What they are saying right now is anyone who's buying Russian oil and gas, you've got bloodshed coming. And so if Putin is successful, I think that NATO is next, and I think that other dictators are watching this right now. And so it is important that we succeed on every front, every component of our will, through diplomacy, through a sharing of intelligence, through military assets, and through economic measures and unity of free-loving countries.
Dr. Brad Wenstrup, thank you for your service on the House Intelligence Committee. We'd love to have you back on if this war conflict continues or, God forbid, enlarges. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Joining us now is national security analyst Dr.